Welcome back, everybody. Or should I say, welcome me back because it's been me that's been gone from this channel for a while, trying to figure out where do I go from here. And it's been decided, it really has. I'm just going to start recapping the shows that I like, that I watch, and been watching for a long time. And y'all know Sister Wives is one of them. And last night's episode was a good episode. They finally got into it. The conversations that needed to be had, which was hearing the adult brown children finally telling it all. We've heard them over the years, subliminally speak, a few tweet and deletes, and pretty much holding their tongue for the sake of the family. Not last night, but let's start out with, and I put this on my community wall. Y'all, Robin, you look what you've done to these girls. Look at this, y'all. And I'm not trying to be mean, but dadgummit, Robin, you got these girls crying and sobbing just like you do, sitting up on that couch. And I bet anything you were behind the cameraman, standing there with that, sorrowful face, like, oh, my poor babies. And then they start crying. Look, anyway, y'all, Robin has passed down the sobbing Robin gene, okay? And it's unfortunate because the other children, in my opinion, they have been through it just as much, probably even more. I'm not trying to compare, but they've been through it. They can get up on the couch in their talking head moments and keep a straight face. These girls are talking for 30 seconds and this one's already breaking down. I can't. Y'all are going to say I'm mean, but daggum, really? Is all this necessary? Anyway, let's get into it. So last night, and y'all forgive me, they got a lot of kids. And even though I have been watching the show since season 1, day 1, I can't remember all 20 some kids' names, okay? I think his name's Garrison. They go over to Garrison's house. Christine, Janelle, Savannah, some of the other ones, Gwendolyn, Gabe. And it starts off with Christine is having a conversation with Savannah, like, hey, Christine's being nosy, but I get it. I'm nosy too. So Christine is asking Savannah, so how's everything with your dad? She's like, there's really nothing there. I haven't talked to him. I've kind of forgotten he exists, I've gotten used to life without him, which is really sad when you think about it. And Cootie Locks, you really piss me off, but I'll get into that. But Savannah's like, yeah, I've kind of forgotten this whole dad situation, I've gotten used to life without him. And then she starts talking about Robin's daughters and how they do go to the same school in Flagstaff. They do see each other at school, but they don't talk. They don't even wave at each other. It's just they pass each other in the hall, and that's about the end of it. Unfortunately, they don't really have a relationship. And the C word gets brought into it, which if I never hear that word again, y'all know the drill. Cody really took that to new heights, and it's really left a mark on the whole family, even the children, especially the children. But for whatever reason, they don't speak anymore, and they're highly upset. Savannah is able to hold it together. So they all sit down to eat, and it's really cool. I like that Gwendolyn, I hope I'm getting her name right. Yeah, Gwendolyn was there. I feel like I'm getting her name wrong. She's the one with the YouTube channel, and she also has a Patreon. Gwendolyn Brown. I think I got it right. The adult children are finally having their say about Robin and Cody. And listen, y'all, they didn't hold back last night. And I got to shout them out for that. Finally, TLC did not hit us with too many talking head moments. Now, we will never be saved from the Brown family portraits. Unfortunately, they're going to show us those 80 times an episode. And if I was the Brown family, I would ask for my photos back and the copyrights and never to use them again. Okay. If I never see one of those pictures again, we get it. Cody was married to these women and had children with these women. Got it. So please, TLC, stop using those photos. But anyway, they get into it. And I want to say Garrison, he really leads the conversation. He really finally he starts to talk about the family gift exchange, which I guess they've been doing for a lot of years. It's a sibling thing. It's kind of like a Secret Santa where they exchange gifts, and guess who got the deal. And when this text thread begins, everything is going fine. Why? Because it's just the children. None of the adults and their drama have entered the chat. Well, old Robin and her eyebrows said, "Watch this. I'm going to ruin this." So Robin and her eyebrows enter these children's text thread, I guess. And why, I don't know. She wants to make it a Zoom call. Because it feels more personal. First of all, Robin, this was between the adult children, not the adults. Okay? Know your place, mind your business, and go brush your eyebrows. Go do something. I don't care, but get it. Go on. See what you done? See what you done? And look at these girls. They think it's the end of the world. They think it's the end of the world because you inserted yourself where you didn't belong. Okay, I'm getting off on a tangent. Anyway, back to Robin and her eyebrows. Enters the text thread, wants to have a Zoom call. The adult children don't want anything to do with that. They want to do it their way, the way they've been doing it for a long time. Well, Robin's the victim. Somehow she becomes the victim in this. And from what I'm understanding and been seeing for a long time, and the adult children didn't hold back last night, and letting people know that Robin loves to make herself the victim. It's like her favorite thing in the world. It really is. And they see through her. Garrison said, "Look, Robin, have him. Have dad. You pretty much, you want him, you got him, you keep him. And I'm taking myself up out of this situation so you can no longer use me to make yourself a victim, Robin." And it's sad, but he says at one point that he doesn't need his dad anymore, which I don't really believe that to be true. I believe you always need your father. Yes, it's crucial through your formative years, but I also believe you need them when you're an adult too. I believe you need your father and your mother then too. But Garrison, I'm hoping I'm getting his name right, says, "Look, you got him. I don't need him." Okay. And then Janelle, she starts talking about how growing up, Cody was a good father to their children. He was very present. He was there for a lot of things. But as the adult children got older, he started backing away and was more focused on Robin and her children. That doesn't work in plural marriage, okay? It works in monogamy. Cody, listen, buddy. You and your curls need to listen. But it's too late, so never mind. When you are in a plural marriage relationship, especially polygamy, you can't have a favorite wife. If you do, you need to hide it. Cody didn't do a good job at hiding that, and everybody picked up on it. He had a favorite wife. It was Robin, and now he's lost all of his wives and his children because he had a favorite wife. I just don't think that's something you can do in plural marriage. I don't practice plural marriage, but to me, it seems logical. Like you just can't do that. You can't have a favorite. And if you do, you need to hide it. But back to what I was talking about. And, Gwendolyn says she agrees with her brother. She was like, I would like to say that it doesn't hurt, but it does. And then she starts getting into her conversation that she had in the text thread with Robin, which she said that Robin mentioned, what was it? That her and her children were never really accepted. Something about trauma. You can tell that this family has had a lot of therapy because you hear a lot of therapy talk. I don't feel safe. Is this a safe place for you? Trauma, trigger, a lot of trigger words that you would hear in therapy. So anyway, Robin starts bringing up trauma, past trauma, which I feel is a really inappropriate time or place to talk about your little traumas there, Robin, when all these kids are trying to do is have a gift exchange, and you're in there talking about your trauma. Okay, weirdo, go comb your eyebrows. I don't know. Go make Cody lunch. Do what you do. Make him happy. And Gwendolyn says, trauma, but what trauma? What trauma? And that's a good question. What trauma are you talking about, Robin? Pretty much, you got the man, your kids got the dad, we lost in this situation, is what Gwendolyn is essentially saying. We lost, you won. What trauma are you talking about? So I will say last night's episode was a good one. They really start, which I think most of us has the viewers since, if not season 1, season 2, started picking up on that Cody had a favorite wife. Last night really delved deeper and showed Robin's playbook. It really showed Robin's playbook last night through the eyes of the adult Brown children. And I was really pleased with that episode. I would give last night's episode, I'd give it a B. I really would. Then we travel on to Christine. She's having dinner with her friends to have a divorce anniversary date, I guess. Something like that. And it was so weird because Cody calls during this date. Oh, Cody. Him and his locks are like, what are you doing? Huh? Then he says that he is just calling because he wants to see Truly. Who knows? I don't think Cody is over this divorce, Christine leaving him. I think he wanted to string her along like he did Mary for all those years. And he just wasn't paying attention during the C word. These wives were checking out. They were checking out. Only Mary was the only one holding on to nothing, essentially. So they're back to Christine and her dinner with her friends, which she brings Janelle along to. And they start talking about Cody, not in the best way. And I guess the producers ask Janelle how she feels about it. And she's like, I don't feel either way about it. I'm not in a good spot with Cody. I don't feel like I have any loyalty to him. So I could care less either way what they have to say. It was funny because at some point they wanted to ask, one of the girls asked Janelle if she was still with Cody. And she really didn't want to get into that with people she didn't know. I don't blame her. Yeah, keep it on Christine. Christine's the one that's willing to talk. Because really, Christine is in a different place than Janelle is at this point. She's in a place where she's moved on. She's actually at this TLC is always far behind. I think this is finally at the beginning of the year of 2022. So Christine has fully moved on, about to get in a relationship with her now husband. And, Janelle is still catching up. She doesn't know if she wants to make things work with her and Cody. We saw last episode they had a date, and Cody was pining for Janelle, but Janelle, I think she has fallen out of love with him at this point, and good for Janelle. Janelle does deserve better. Janelle's always been one of my favorite out of the four wives. I like her independence. I really do. And yeah, I didn't touch on Mary much because has we got in this episode that Mary got like a 5-minute clip where she's hanging out with her friend and Parowan and moving all her LuLaRoe stuff to Parowan to work outside of or in the B&B. That's what Mary does for a living, is LuLaRoe. I don't know if y'all know how I feel about it, but LuLaRoe, if you ain't watched the documentary, go watch it. But so Mary gets like a 5-minute clip. Not really much going on with Mary in this episode, but when we get towards the end of last night's episode, it shows us what's still to come, and it's looking good. Mary tells Cody and Robin and Robin's eyebrows, I'm done. I'm out. He doesn't love me. It's over. So slowly but surely, each wife is getting to their place where they need to be. And Robin, I've always believed that Robin didn't want to be the only wife. I've always believed that she wanted to be the favorite wife. But in that, she became the only wife. She really feels like she's been robbed of something. And it really annoys me about Robin. So many things annoy me about Robin besides her eyebrows and her crying. It's the manipulation. It's the pretending to be confused. Bitch, what are you confused about? You've been in this family long enough to know what's going on. You know where Cody spent most of his time, and it was with you. You know that he has given all of his attention to you and your children, especially after the C word hit. So I'm really over Robin playing confused. She's not confused. She knows exactly what's going on. Don't let this face fool you. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to end it here. I hope you all let me know how you feel about this episode in the comments. I'm sure I've rambled on long enough. I'll get a little better at this in the editing and adding more. Just bear with me. And I'm out. Y'all have a beautiful and blessed day.